What's up, YouTube? This your boy, Big Boy Facts Johnny. Tonight I'm gonna do my AEW Dynamite review. I'll highlight you guys new. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, tap that notification bell. Let's get started. Now, AEW Dynamite itself was a very good show. All right, we're kicking things off with match card number 1: Hangman Page and Matt Hardy versus THQ in a tag team match. This was a solid tag team match right here. It was solid. THQ immediately attacks the new duo, but Hangman returns fire. He and Evans that are the legal men until he tags in Hardy for the middle turnbuckle elbow. Net breaker for a 2 count. Tag to Hangman. Back elbow by Matt. Standing shooting star press. Not shooting star by Hangman. 2 count. Tag to Matt. And a double suplex to Evans. Sit down outsiders edge to Hardy, but Angelico blind tag and attacks Hardy. Kicked in the corner by Angelico. Tag to Evans, who double foot stomps Hardy as Angelico holds him. 2 count. Tag to Angelico. Matt fires back, but Evans holds him as Matt Hardy fights off Angelico. Roll up on Hardy for 2. Matt shoves Angelico into the corner, but Evans tags himself in and he continues to attack. Back's handspring elbow attempt, but Hardy knocks Evans and hits the side effect. Tag to Hangman. Evans gets knocked off the apron and Hangman catches Angelico with a Ron Simmons spinebuster. Diving lariat to Evans off the apron and a fallaway slam to Angelico. He dives on top of Evans, suplex with a pin attempt for 2 on Angelico. Matt slowly gets on the apron. Angelico stumbles into his corner and Evans makes the tag. Pop up bomb to Angelico. Then a power bomb onto Angelico by Hangman to Evans. Hangman gets bumped off the apron as TH2 fights on against Matt Hardy and gets a pin attempt on him. Double burial buckshot from Hangman. Twisted fade to Angelico. Hardy and is good for the W. The winners of the match, Hangman Page and Matt Hardy. This was a solid tag team match. It says post-match. Matt wants the crowd to give it up for Hangman. He's excited because Hangman is going to make a lot of money and Matt is going to make 30% of it. He's glad Hangman signs with him last week. Hangman reveals that he switches the contracts and wants some peep from the Jags to come out with the contracts. Out comes Jackson Devil, and Hangman states he did change some languages. It reveals that Hangman version of the contract is one of a match at Revolution, and if Hardy loses, he earns 100% of Matt's first quarter earnings. Matt calls him a carny. He then says, why doesn't Hangman put 100% of his first quarter earnings on the line too? Hangman shakes on it. Before Jackson Devil attacks him is Isaiah Cassidy. Matt offers the TH2 $3,700 to beat the you-know-what out of Hangman. They join in, but an out comes one with Dark Order for the save. That part, the ending was hilarious. I laugh at that part. Alex Marvez is backstage with the Inner Circle tonight. Santana and Ortiz are getting their first ever AEW Tag Team title shot, and they know why. Fear MJF calls out Sammy and Jericho. Note that Max got what he wanted. Some of it's his fault, but most of it is Sammy's fault. He says you would never walk out on Chris Jericho. He is dead to him. Now Santana and Ortiz are going to bring gold back to the Inner Circle. Alright, so we get match card number 2. Serena D versus Rio. This was one of my favorite matches of the night. It says the winner of the match in advancing, Rio. That was a good match. One of my favorite matches of the night. So we get match card number 3. Luther versus Orange Cassidy. This match was quick. Luther bumps Chuck Taylor off the apron and then hits a big pump kick on Orange. Big powerbomb for 2. He chokes Orange with his shirt and flings him. Not long after, Orange Cassidy powerbombs him right off the apron. Serpentico sides Orange up in the ring, and Chuck comes with the awful waffle. Orange punch to Luther in the ring, and that's it, baby. The winner of the match, Orange Cassidy. Out comes Team Taz with Ricky Starks and Hobbs. All this week on social media, all Taz is hearing is that Sting is going to call out Team Taz. Taz note that weather is prevented Hobbs and Starks from being here cause Sting took his snow down south. He runs the icon down and low and blind and behold Stinger comes out. He said coming out was a big mistake. Sting needs that bat. So guess what? Sting tosses it aside. Sting attacks Cage. He comes in with Stinger's bat, but Sting turns the tables on him and jabs Hook in the gut. Cage then comes up and powerbombs Sting. Sting took the powerbomb from Brian Cage was brilliant. Sting sold that powerbomb was pretty good. That's all I gotta say. Sting sold it. So we get Eddie Kingston is with his family and he's wearing a Harry Garson giant jersey. He got beef with Archer, Phoenix, and of course Jon Moxley, his old friend Moxley. He is the demon that Kingston needs to get rid of the most. He can't get rid of him with drinking pills or woman. He got to get rid of him by beating him or old friend. So we see Kenny Omega is shown reading the Young Bucks book to a classroom of children. A kid asks if there is any pictures. The cover of Kenny and case one asks if the brothers are in love. Kenny says they are brothers, so they do love each other. Kenny briefly reads unexpected and the taps out. The marketing person standing at the side tells Kenny and Don Collins that is going to be great for the image. A kid asks Uncle Don if Kenny can play, so they send Michael Nakazawa. The kids hate him and then attack him. So we get match count number 4. Santana Ortiz versus the Young Bucks. This match was good. It says the winner is still your AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks. It says post-match, the Inner Circle attacks the Young Bucks. Kenny, Don, and the Good Brothers are showing them watching backstage, but not doing jack. Out comes Brian Cutler to help Nick and Matt, but he gets attacked. Finally, out comes the Good Brothers before they do. Matt and Nick are showing tapping to the Lion Tamer and Salt of the Earth from Jericho and MJF. After it gets broken up, Inner Circle confronts Papa Bug, who shoves Jericho. Brandy Rose is on camera and she's going to reveal the gender of the baby. She comes out with Cody and reveals that Cody and her are having a baby girl. So congratulations to Brandy and Cody. Shout out to Brandy and Cody. So we get FTR versus Matt and Mike Saito. This was a decent tag team match. It says the winner of the match, FTR. Post-match, Dax looks to cut the hair off of Mike Saito with the athletic scissors, but the lights go out on the screen and Luchasaurus is shown with his back turned and his cut mask lying in the background. Lights come back come back on and Jurassic Express is in the ring. Jungle Boy makes Dax tap to snare trap. So we see Mox. Now he got scores to settle with his opponent tonight, but also knows his match with Kenta on February 27th and hasn't forgotten about Kenny either. So we get the main event match of the evening. So we get Eddie Kingston, the Butcher and the Blade versus Lance Archer, Ray Phoenix, and Jon Moxley. I enjoyed this main event match. This was good. The three faces slide in the ring, and it's an all-out brawl. Eddie fights with Mox, Blade battles with Ray and Butcher Dukesy with Archer until we get in the ring. Blade and Butcher deliver a flying leg drop to Mox for a 2 count. Mox is cornered as Eddie Fam continues a quick tag corner assault. Blade power slams Mox for a 2. Mox elbow Butcher and gets Blade with a neck breaker. Lance gets a tag and takes it to Blade big time with a choke slam. Some corner splashes and then belly to belly. Archer goes old school on Blade. As Ray needs Butcher off the apron, we go picture in picture. Back from the break, Butcher and the Blade are working on Archer. Kingston holds Archer boots as Butcher puts all his weight on the Mortal Hawk. Blade fires at Archer in the corner and the quick tag are getting exchanged. Eddie gives him repeat headbutts and then he shoulder thirds Archer in the neutral corner. No long through Archer double crossbody Butcher and Eddie. Tag to Phoenix is in fire and kicks Butcher mid springboard. Armed Eddie spinning cutter to Butcher. A big fall splash for a very near fall on Butcher. Kingston catches Ray in exploded suplex. Big suplex from Archer to Eddie. Butcher levels Lance, but Mox German suplex Butcher. Blade attacks Moxley in the corner, but Ray rams him with a dropkick. Mox and Eddie gets back on the apron and stare down one another till they get each other tagged. Two rivals duke it out. Kingston hits an insecurity kick from Ray and pounds from Lance. Bulldog choke by Moxley, but Eddie gets saved. Archer chokeslam Ray into corkscrew onto Butcher and Blade. Archer senton dives on top of them. Mox Eddie duke it out. Eddie hits his back fist, but Mox weathers it, hit the pendulum shift and gets the pinfall. The winner of the match: Jon Moxley, Ray Phoenix, and Lance Archer. It says post-match Mox grabs a mic, but the Good Brothers come out and attack Mox. Kenny comes out and he says he looks kind of pathetic right now. He reveals that he is holding a contract for Mox rematch. Kenny challenges him to an exploded barbed wire match at Revolution. Mox headbutts him and Kenny hits with V triggers. Kenny's forehead is bleeding. Overall AEW was a good show. If you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review on highest, please drop a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel. I'll leave my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. My name is Big Boy Facts Johnny. You guys have a great night. Stay safe and stay strong. And I love you guys from the bottom of my heart.